Hi guys. Alright, so I see either YouTube unsubscribed somebody or something. I don't know what happened there, but they need to quit doing that if it was YouTube.
Stupid as frick right now.
I didn't get to a video yesterday because I did get some planting done. Chloe and I went and spent some time together yesterday, celebrated Mother's Day because I got to work on Sunday, so can't wait until my sister comes down. I think today I might go ahead and work on the poster and redo it. I want to get a few videos up. Here we go, guys. This is still in chapter 9, determining profit and its importance. So here we go. How do you determine a profit? When approaching a business, some people attempt to set a profit margin, a percentage of profit based on what you earn after paying expenses. A profit margin of 20 to 30% is usually a good point to hit. For example, if you determine your homestead operation will cost $20,000 a year in expenses, including property purchase or rental, then you'll want to hit $22,000 a year in total sales. For homesteaders, however, these numbers don't always work out. When determining a profit for my homestead, I started with expenses, add 20%, and work from that point. So if I determine I need $1,200 each month to pay my bills, I add $240 to that number and then determine how I'm going to achieve that income. So in this case, I'd start with a goal of $1,440 per month and do everything legally possible to make that money via my homestead. Although it may seem like a very similar approach, I find that taking it from a backwards view, it's often easier to digest. Less abstract and not as psychologically daunting. Conversely, if you're in a situation where you're not concerned with making a profit, it's still a good idea to assign a dollar value to your efforts. For example, if you decide you want to grow 40% of your food, a good way to approach the profit issue is to determine what 40% of your food costs. So you'd calculate your average food bill over a month, let's say $500 for ease of calculation. That means 40% of your food bill would be $200 per month. So to achieve a profit, you'd have to spend less than $200 on producing your own food per month. Doing this prevents you from winding up in a hobby farm situation, where ultimately homesteading becomes a hobby instead of a lifestyle. While there's nothing wrong with that, knowing that ahead of time allows you to approach it clearly from the beginning, making it more sustainable over a long period of time. Don't forget about bartering. Bartering is one of my favorite ways to do business, especially with fellow homesteaders. I've traded eggs for vegetables and meat. I've traded work for goods. I've traded seeds and so much more. My favorite was the arrangement where I bartered duck eggs for home-brewed beer. There's always something your homestead produces that can be bartered. I've got wild blackberries growing on my homestead. I can promise you that once I get a solid harvest, I'll be bartering homemade wine for all sorts of things. Bartering is fun. It's something we can all do, and it creates a truly local economy. Bartering can be a part of making a profit as well. Note, the IRS does consider bartered goods to be income. Now, there's actually a way to bypass that too. When you barter with an eye toward making a profit, you will want to establish a value on the goods you are getting and a value on the goods you're trading. In the case of bartering, however, the value of the goods is about as close as you can get to the real value of a thing. To me, my blackberry wine is worth about $8 a bottle. I will never sell it for $8, but that figure is what I would spend producing each and every bottle of wine. To make a profit bartering, I would have to barter for something that I perceive to be worth more than $8 for each bottle I produce. That doesn't mean I get one over on the individual I'm engaging in barter with. The goal is to provide both parties with a mutually beneficial experience. In the case of my wine, a person would consider how much she would pay for locally produced blackberry wine, which might be $10, so she'd want to give me approximately $10 worth of, say, fleece for the wine. That fleece wouldn't cost her $10 to produce, but we both walk away with $10 worth of material, so we both profit from that exchange. With a little imagination and a lot of work, there's no reason why you can't make your homestead financially sustainable. And that's really the purpose behind creating and implementing a business plan. Should profit be a motivator? There's a company called Tumbleweed Tiny House Company. The company builds and sells tiny houses about 200 square feet in interior area, and plans so individuals can build the tiny homes themselves. From Scratch Magazine contacted the company and agreed to cover one of their workshops where they discuss every aspect of how to build the homes. The workshop was being taught by one of the company's instructors, Art Cormier. During the workshop, one of the students asked Cormier about the company's ability to make a profit by selling the plans instead of the homes. Cormier assured the student that Tumbleweed was in fact making a profit, and then he said something that has been a guiding principle for me personally and for From Scratch Magazine. You know, profit is not a bad thing, Cormier said, but it's a terrible motivation. So while you're creating your business plan and thinking about your homestead and what it means, bear in mind that profit is not a dirty word. But keep Cormier's words in mind. It is a terrible motivation, and you'll have to find something more concrete, if you will, to serve as a purpose for your homestead. Be it feeding yourself and your family, serving as a steward for your land and animals, or providing your community with fresh local food alternatives. Whatever it is, make sure you can live with it and that you can use your profits as the tool they are designed to be. And that was it for Chapter 9, A Business Plan. The next chapter is on financing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get off from here, and I will get this one up there and just probably go on to the next. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. Bye, guys. Remember to check your subscriptions. I don't know if YouTube is unsubscribing people. I don't know what the deal is behind it, but make sure you check your subscriptions, guys, and make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and make sure you click on all. And just to be sure that you get all the videos and all the information. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.